I'm a descendant of a Cornovi family. We come here when they Romans turned up. Just burst across the water from Gaul, bloody hordes of them, in red miniskirts, fancy sandals and helmets, waving swords and shields about. 'Twas dangerous, yeah. First thing they did was get out the JCBs and build bloody roads, get motorways, though they never had no Fiats nor BMWs, just clattery old chariots, no motors, plenty of horses snorting and shitting all over the place. They Romans like marching about our lands, up and down they roads, all in straight lines, not like you'd a queue for the bus, all higgledy like. And laugh? Well, Romans never laughed. Just stared dead ahead, crashed on, waving their swords and spears like they was down the pole dancing Friday night in Newquay. Now we didn't feel welcome. We buggered off, ran like hell. Got to Bristol and the River Severn. Loads of us went set up Wales, you know, Cardiff Arms Park and Assembly. The rest, we went straight on to Corno wi Alice, the Horn of Strangers, peninsula of weirdos and hippies. Soon after, all these here Irish saints turned up, floating on granite millstones and ivy leaves across the Celtic Sea and looking out for Russian submarines underneath, lurking in wait for some tribe called the NATO to blast them out the water. Well, before you knows it, we was digging Kerno up, we was panning in streams for tin and gold, we was smelting over to St. Piran's works there by the holiday camp. He lived in an affordable house, a oratory he called him. Poky little place, nice view though, bitter in the winter. Now we'd heard from they Romans about Waterwheels. Seems they made 'em to make the wheels turn in mills that they built on rafts in the middle of their river. And 'twasn't long before we was milling and shaking with Waterwheels. Over Truro, they have Waterwheels every bloody where. Up their Allen, in their Kemwin, in by the barley sheaf, over Victoria Square, Coos Bean, Idlis, Clenic, Malpas. 'Twas a proper bloody power station. And they made paper, carpets, sawed up wood, tanned cow hides from up the market into leather for handbags and sandals. Why, when you look back, before we started carbon churning, Truro was self-sufficient. And all because we had rivers. Just then, over Camborne, bloody Trevivick invented the car. Nobody noticed he changed the world. Nobody noticed he changed the world. Now rain and shine, he'd sit over there, stuck on his plinth, virtue for hair. And nobody noticed he changed the world. Nobody noticed he changed the world. Old engines rumble past each year, whistling, hooting, creaking, saluting, Peru to London via Pacific, Gold Kofi, Stagar, crafty metallic old engines grumble past each year. Old engines, old engines, old engines, old engines. I'd go over upon the train some damn days and I stand looking up. He ain't Michelangelo, he ain't Henry Moore, but his chest is out, his brow is frown. He stands looking out, his work's all around. Old engines rumble past each year, whistling, hooting, creaking, saluting, Peru to London via Pacific, Gold Kofi, Stagar, crafty metallic old engines grumble past each year. Old Bernie Beale lives in the swamp down Biscoe. He'd a come in town in his transit, get beard hanging about his belly. He'd a make us laugh and dance. He never shows the tears he keeps in a purse by his heart, nor why he weeps alone by the Allen as God's lights flick on to obscure the stars and cut us Cornishman's endless conversations with the sky. Old Bernie says to me one day in passing, I remember otters basking on slabs in the Allen at low tide by the barley sheaf. He was so quiet you could hear the echo of the old wheel rumble on his oaken axle in the sawmill. Up in the mill pool I saw eels on their way home, like hippies in need of a bed for nursing their head and baby making in the winter. And in Truro, when he's quiet, before the tide, before the evening, before the heron to bend his neck, old Dick and boy Bernie, the dancer and the engineer, their minds merge like sea and sky on midsummer's horizon. Waterwheels, they cry. Waterwheels is the answer. Tomorrow we'll run on Waterwheels. Prayers will flutter on Waterwheels. Kids will skate and hearts will burn on Waterwheels. The young otter and the lamprey eel and the heron up from Malpas and the curlews of Turnaware Bar, they'll sing and slide in the waters where Kenwyn and Allen meet the sea. And some bugger back from holiday down Italy, he'll say down the White Hart one night, "You'll never guess what I did see when I was walking through Italy. Why, proud as a bowmaid on a Sunday outing, sweet as a skiff on a tide-turned swell, a raft with a water wheel and millstone, afloat in a river, and some bloke in a miniskirt and sandals and helmet trying to sell me a barrel of salty pilchard." Guess on, what's new? Here, Dick, what do we say? Up there on your plinth? Number 2 foundry gone for affordable houses, Tesco's where the offices stood, and all A. Holman's dead and gone, and the name of Harvey whistling through the keys of hail like a sandstorm across the new deserts of Europe. What'll it be, Dick? What in